Bust it.
Hello out there, thanks for joining us on Political Platform. Sometimes, precisely in 1999, a young man from Imo State, young, smart, was elected into the House of Representatives. His name is Maurice Ibekwe. Ibekwe, many people believed, was very, very smart. Some even believe he was into some smart internet 419 business that earned him a name in that circle at that time. And he was subsequently arrested and arraigned in court. We are not going to be dealing with the issues of his smartness because that matter was unfortunately never decided to its logical conclusion. It was never able to run to the end because Maurice Ibekwe died in the course of the trial. But the matter of the trial and his head and how he was brought to court on wheelchair and how he eventually died is what is my attention on the program. And we are tying it to the man who was brought into court yesterday in a stretcher, talking about the former National Public Secretary of the PDP, Olisa Metu. Now, the situation in Nigeria over time is such that there are a lot of things that we are not doing appropriately. In the civilized world where human life is respected and there's sanctity to human health, you will not ask a man to be brought in wheelchair or in a stretcher to the court. There are so many ways to get it done. The defense counsel will file a paper, support it with the doctor's report, and the judge will take a look at it. And in a civilized society, it is believable that a doctor will not put his pen to paper to say a man is not well when he is well. But right from that time of Maurice Ibekwe that I told you, we have had people being brought to court in a stretcher because the judge had reasons to believe that the lawyers and the doctors are not saying the truth. So how did we get to that level in our society where a lawyer who will swear on oath and a medical doctor who will issue a report, and we know what it takes for a medical doctor to issue a report, and the judge will say it is not believable. You need to bring the man physically to the court for us to see. Like my colleague Amechi Anakwe said in the course of our meeting before this program, it was not just embarrassing to the judge yesterday, it was embarrassing to the lawyers, it was embarrassing to all of us in Nigeria, and embarrassing to the legal profession, to the medical profession, and indeed to Africans, that a man is brought into the court in stretcher, and the judge will say, we are very sorry, please take him back to hospital. There are a lot of angles to it, and we'll be talking about it, because there are those who also do not feel, who are not sick at all, and they get lawyers to tell the lies, they get the medical doctors to also tell the lies, and when the judge takes a decision and believes it, people will say the judge should have gone to see the sick man himself. When did we get to this level? The second point we'll be taking a look at this morning is the order of the IG, the Inspector General of Police, on Kasim Afegbua, the spokesperson for Ibrahim Babangida, our former military president, to report at any police station, anywhere next to him, nearest to him in Nigeria, because he allegedly told lies and he was inciting Nigerians in saying what IBB did not say. I've tried to reach Moshood, our friend, the first public relations officer. We hope he'll be able to join us this morning to tell us the importance of this matter as weighed against such other things that happened in Nigeria, that the Inspector General of Police slept over and he's dreaming in his own dreamland. He didn't issue any order, and that this one is so important that they will ask any policeman who cites Afegbua to arrest him and bring him so that he can come and explain why he's telling lies against the former military president. So many things happen here, and you begin to wonder where our priorities are. Okiri Agbonsuremi is my name, and I have Amechi Anakwe on the platform. Amechi, welcome.
Thank you so much, Ohiria. You're welcome to the program.
And I have Ijoma Osamo on the platform through this morning. Ijoma, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Ohiria.
And Uju Eje is right here. Uju, is there anything in the National Assembly now from the APC, from here the PDP lawmakers are saying, please take the issue of the restructuring in a bill quick. That is the PDP. Is any APC doing? Is anything happening in the National Assembly at all?
You know that decision was taken over the weekend at the meeting of the PDP, NWC, and governors in Delta State. So I would like to believe that as the House resumes sittings for the week today, that's when we will begin to see action from the lawmakers. But don't forget also that there have been bills that are being harmonized by both houses towards constitution amendment, and some of them were rejected at the last voting.
Particularly the devolution of powers. Are we going to resurrect that?
I believe that it will be, because the National Assembly has seen a lot of backlash as a result of that singular decision. And they have promised, if you recall, that the Senate President promised over and over, and the House also promised to revisit those issues, because they have gone back, they have tested the waters, and they know that people are really, really bent on the Nigerian polity being restructured. And they have to, as representatives of the people, actually take action along that line.
Okay, let's go to our main box, politicalplatform@yahoo.com, where we always fish out your views, your opinion, what you think about the polity, your contribution, way of telling us exactly why you think things should be done in the way you see it, and suggestions on how to amend ways to make Nigeria democracy work more smoothly is what we harvest from politicalplatform@yahoo.com.
Hello and thanks for joining us. Welcome to Political Platform. I am Aladi Idoko.
And I'm Amaka Okoro. Welcome.
Okay, on IBB's controversial press statement and the police action on Kasim Afegbua, Ndubisi Peters from Port Harcourt says, I am writing on this matter not because I want to take side with either of the press statements, but to express my disappointment with the action of the IGP in declaring Afegbua wanted, a man who was merely doing his job. It appears that Nigeria is so crime-free now that the IGP does not have any other job to do rather than chase rabbits. As in this case, all of a sudden, the IGP who waited for the president's order to swing into action in Benue killings and yet can't arrest the killers have become Usain Bolt in taking action against Afegbua. This is indeed a new law in our police system and the Buhari government.
And Isaac Oko from Maraba in Nasarawa State titles this one as Governor Gandoji's call to all Fulani herdsmen to relocate to Kano State. The mail reads, when I heard the governor of Kano State calling on all Fulani herdsmen to relocate to Kano State, that he has more than enough land for them, I was overwhelmed with joy. I just said the end of the whole crisis has finally come. By now, I will expect the president and the presidency to have started arranging trailers that will convey all the cattle to Kano State, so that the next 2 or 3 or thereabouts weeks, all the herdsmen will be in Kano State if actually the grazing land is what they want. More so, the governor promised to vaccinate their cattle against diseases and for rapid growth. By so doing, Kano now will become the major market for cattle, as various states have what they are known for too. Anyone who needs cow will go to Kano State, and if you need food, you will go to Benue or Taraba State. God bless Nigeria and the crew. And this is how we wrap up today's mail segment. Keep sending your contributions to us. Send them through to us to politicalplatform@yahoo.com.
Yeah, thank you so much. But when they come with suggestions, when they come with your own opinion on how you think we can take Nigeria out of these woods, then it makes an interesting job for us to do, passing it around and sharing your information. So keep your mails coming. Politicalplatform@yahoo.com.
Continuous voter exercise. It was on this program that a listener sent in a mail suggesting that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, should resort to panic selling if the people of the country resort to
doing panic
buying. And it was a very good advice. It tells you that if the people have suspicions that there could be some scarcity in the days to come, then you have to be proactive by
supply more.
And it's the same light that our listener is asking INEC to do panic registration. If people have panicked to register, yes, it wasn't anticipated that this continuous voter registration exercise
will get this kind of attention. Yeah.
So I know INEC has been doing it, but we encourage them to do more, deploy more resources, and give it more attention, so as to, of course, accommodate the millions of Nigerians that are willing to be part of the electoral process.
Okay, yeah, my worry is I do not know why INEC officials will not be at the registration points at the time they said they should be there. I tried to register on Saturday. I went to Duse Apo.
By yourself?
By myself. Nobody was there. I went to Apo resettlement. I didn't meet any person there. I had to say, okay, let me go to area 10 where their office is, and they told me to go back to this place. So how do I now register if I, that is even a correspondent attached to INEC, had problem registering myself to have a voter card? I registered 6 years ago, but I couldn't find it again. They gave me an online where I can impute, which I did, and my name was not there. I said, okay, let me go and do another registration.
You were advised to do another registration.
Yes, but I can't. Up till now, I can't even register.
Is it another registration? Because it's quite problematic.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
If you lost your
voter card.
Temporary voter card.
Okay, temporary voter card.
They gave me a link that I should impute my details.
Your data.
I've tried
which I did, and I didn't find my name.
Okay, your name
so
was
I decided
not there.
to say,
it's not in the mail register.
let me go and do another registration. But up until now, I can't. I have been out on Saturday.
But I'll be coming to your personal effort, because those of us on political platform will be deceiving our listeners and also not be seen not to be serious if we ourselves don't have the voter card. I have a voter card, and I'm lucky that I have kept it quite in a place where it will not get missing. I have one, and those who had theirs and they misplaced them, they are asked to go through that INEC link, and even if you don't know the number, just put your surnames, your details, and date of birth, and the thing will pop up, and they will tell you. In fact, your number will come out, and you cannot use that one to go and say, "Look, I misplaced it." They can begin to give you a number. But if you put it inside, if you log in all those details, and it pops up, and there's nothing to show that your name is in their register, you need to seek advice from INEC. I believe that was what you did.
Yes.
Whether you should not go and register afresh. INEC, they are very shy at telling you go and register afresh, even when your name is not. It's not popping up as it is. If you tell them, they will tell you, I'm not the one to tell you what to do, because they themselves do not even understand how to go about it. If we are up to the highest level, the data system in INEC has a challenge. I don't know, is the AFIS they talk about? There was supposed to be a system that will enable people, individuals, underage voters, double registration, everything to be removed and cleaned up. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be working. Now, Nigerians, in spite of the challenges, must go out there and attempt to put their name on the voter register. And that is the same thing I'm telling Ijoma. You should not give up. But INEC must do something.
Exactly.
They must do something to meet up with the. In fact, some staff in AIT here told me if it is possible to get INEC officials to come to this place, because the man hour wasted, we don't have the luxury of the man hour to run around and stay 4, 5, 6 days because of the work we are doing. And I believe it is not only journalists that are involved.
And again, I think the CVR is from Monday to Friday. I don't think they do it on weekends.
I was there yesterday, so they don't do it on Monday.
Wow.
Okay, just to establish the fact that it's Monday to Friday. It's not a new register that is being put up. Just trying to add to it.
I think we should begin to beam our searchlight on the Independent National Electoral
Commission. To even do it at weekends.
Let the Independent National Electoral Commission begin to get our heat now that they are not available for Nigerians who want to register. I saw Charlie Boy, a 66-year-old man who has decided that if up to his last breath, he wants to mobilize young people to vote, moving from one place to the other in Abuja. And unfortunately, the result he got is that there are no persons at some locations, or where there are persons, only 1 or 2 staff of INEC are there attending to hundreds of people. And we are advising that the Independent National Electoral Commission should quickly do something. It was
selling.
Yeah, it was you were the one that told us that it's expensive. The cost of mobilizing staff.
Yes.
That if they have to hire staff,
they
need to hire staff. The question is, do they have the money? I mean, can they really, out of the budget, the money they have now, can they really do what we're asking them to do? We also have to look at their challenges.
Maybe we should say let the authorities do what is needful for INEC so that INEC can do what is needful for the people. Because if we must get the electoral system, the electoral process right, we must begin to put things in place. It's not next year now. We have panic all over the place, crisis and all of that. We don't need it. We've had enough in this country. Whatever we must do right now as a nation, we must do and do it very well and in a plain way that people will know that this thing is right. If not, people will begin to impute all kinds of suspicions to what is going on. And we don't need that.
If you ask INEC, severally, they have come out to tell us they don't have any problem. They are set that this, and I always raise this issue of finances.
No, that's publicly. If you meet them privately, they will tell you
they have to be frank with everybody.
They have problems.
It's a stakeholder approach to resolving the issue. If they don't have money, let them say so that the media, civil society organizations, the
can
citizens will assist them to shout. Fire everywhere, even when there's no fire, for the money to be released. I mean, that's the
in fact, there's fire everywhere because there's no
people
registration.
Are ready to be registered,
done well,
and they must not be denied that opportunity to be part of our democratic process.
And if you take a look at the anger in the land, I think that's what making everybody to just come out. Apart from the preachings in the mosque and in the churches, where even civil society organizations are saying, look, if you do not register to vote, your citizenship is not complete. You want to tell yourself, look, I want to complete my citizenship. I want to have a voter card. Apart from that, it's used as a means of identity. Some people just want to have that registration. So the deluge, the huge mass turnout is embarrassing to INEC. They are not ready for it.
They are
overwhelmed, and we need to really encourage them to go in. If they don't have funds, let them go cap in hand and ask for funds to do this, because they already have how many? 74? I mean million. 74 million on the voter, and I totally disagree with that figure.
It's over.
That's over 74. I don't think that if even half of that, if we clean up the voter register, we'll get up to like 60% of that figure as authentic. There are people with double registration, and INEC is keeping a register that they have not cleaned up. And we must begin to ask the chairman of INEC, is he serious with this figure? Can he really tell us that we have over 74 million people and we have so many people still coming out? At the end of the day, with the way things are going, we'll have 180 million people on the voter register.
Remember that millions of PVCs are yet to be collected. They are line idle and they are part of the 74 million.
And I think that they should also record the PVCs of those underage voters that have become synonymous with elections, particularly in a particular section. Those underage voters, they should record their PVCs.
Uju, if you tell INEC that there are underage voters in the register, they will tell you, have you seen one?
But we have put them, we have seen them, we have put them on air. There are pictures, there are visuals. I even interviewed some of them carrying their voter cards, and they showed me. So INEC cannot finish.
It's not just underage voters. It's a problem that is across the length and breadth of the country. I think it's widespread. It's about foreigners registering.
Yes.
As we are doing this CVR,
foreigners
anybody, a Togolese, can walk up to
a
the
Chadian
nearest
will
center and say, my name is Adamu Obi or Shegun Audu, and they get you registered. That's the problem. They take a look at you, you tell them you're 18 years, even if you're 14 years. We don't demand for, of course,
there is no identity.
No referrals. Just continue to register. That's just the problem. It's not just with INEC, is also with our identity management system. Even the identity card. You walk off they just get you registered.
I have spoken with some INEC officials, and they tell me, if you have never seen Aki and Popo before, and they come before you at the polling center to say they want to register, with the baby face they have and the stature they have, will you say you are not going to register if they tell you they are 35 years old? Well, these are the two challenges INEC is facing. Because although it's obvious you can actually see some of them that are so young, but do they have any data, any empirical data to support their own opinion that you should not register them? We don't have identity. We don't know how many people are in Nigeria. We don't know who is a Nigerian.
How many are living
and we have had a lot of people who have run out the affairs of Nigeria, and they are proudly elder statesmen. They can sit down and be proud that they have run the affairs of Nigeria. But we are all collectively ashamed that nothing was done to really decide who is a Nigerian. Let's just go to the other one now. The Inspector General of Police ordered that Kazeem Afegbua should report at any police station nearest to him. Kazeem Afegbua, for those who don't know, he was commissioner for information. I think he's the immediate past police commissioner for information in Edo State, and he's the spokesperson for the past 14 years of Babangida. He has been speaking for Babangida without issuing hundreds of statements on behalf of the former military president. Now he issued this one that became so tough, and it was that the president, as it is not running the affairs of Nigeria well, and that if he has an ambition to run in the next election, he's advised to take a different stand on it, and that the elders should give way to the younger ones who are coming up. Of course, the IBB, in a statement that he personally issued, now said he didn't speak in that kind of words, and it is the view of Afegbua that he expressed. But Afegbua said soon after, another statement was issued, which almost repeated the earlier statement that he issued. And he said he spoke to IBB to say, look, I have also seen this statement, and it does appear. Speaking on Channels Television, Afegbua said after he issued the statement, pressure got mounted on the former president to recant, and a lot of things happened. Okay. So in all, there were about 3 statements that came out. But the bottom line, like we said yesterday, was that the statement was not lost. In spite of all the confusion, the advice, and they all contained in the 3 versions of the statements that were issued, including the interview he himself, the IBB granted to one of the newspapers. Now,
accepting that he
actually authorized Afegbua. Now, the question is, why declare Afegbua wanted? Have they spoken with him at all? I mean, that's the question.
Ohiria, we have an IG of police who has an official mandate to ensure the security of lives and property in this country. And so far, people believe that he has been found very wanting in this area of his responsibility. We have killings still going on in Benue, in Taraba, in Adamawa. We have people who have come out to say, look, we are behind these killings. And the IG has done nothing. And then anywhere somebody says anything he feels is not right, he orders arrest. As a public officer, he's beginning to portray himself as somebody who is not tolerant. You recall that even apart from Kazeem Afegbua, you recall the case of Misau. The next minute he took Misau to court. You recall the case of the journalist based in London, who I believe his brother is still in detention hasn't been released. Okay, but he spent over 2 weeks in detention. Anywhere anything is not right, he's quick to respond. But when the crisis that really needs his attention occurs, he has to wait for special directive by the president.
No, for the Benue crisis, although he has apologized, but you see, in my place, they say when you do one thing, it reminds you of the previous one that was done before. He said it was a ethnic
communal clash.
Have the killing stopped, or whose responsibility is it?
When the Mietiala group issued a statement that they are against the law, a law that was promulgated by the State Assembly and signed into law in Benue State, well, when they said they were against it, that the governor shouted on top of his voice to say, look, call these people to order. They are undermining the law we have made. The IGP was sleeping, probably taking his Arabian tea and just enjoying himself and forgetting every other thing. But you want to ask me, why will he ask? Afegbua is not a hidden person. He's very outspoken.
He's a journalist.
Afegbua is a journalist. And if you want Afegbua to say 2 things, he will tell you 4. It's not somebody who keeps quiet. They know his address. They can get his address. They know his phone number is there. They have not called him. They have not invited. They just went on air. He should report to any police station. Well, as if it's a leprous patient that we want to quickly take and hide so that it doesn't infect every other person.
If you ask the IG, he will tell you that he has done a lot with Benue. That he received instructions from the president to visit the place, and he was there holding consultations. Even in Nasarawa, that he has deployed a contingent of mobile policemen, and up to yesterday there were some news that additional squad have been deployed, so he can tell you
he's doing a lot.
He's doing something. But
and the killings are still on.
He can also tell you that as a law-abiding, as a keeper of the law, if in his interest, a opinion he feels there's a threat to security or a crime has been committed, he can as well as the number one policeman move against him. Fine and good. I don't have any problem with it. But I recall immediately that same day February released that statement, there were some reports in the dailies quoting an unnamed presidency source that the IG has ordered the arrest of Afebwa. It took days before that eventually came out, before that move was confirmed by, of course, the
so he's taking order.
I don't know whether he's taking order from somewhere, but Afebwa has also issued his own statement.
Yeah, he has. The lawyer issued a statement yesterday. Yeah.
He will come into town on Wednesday tomorrow
and walk to the police
station. Walk into the police station. So let's allow them to resolve the issue.
Okiria, I want to advise the IG. It should take the 3 statements, study them properly, because if he says Afebwa is instigating crisis, I don't see any criminality in what Afebwa has.
Well, you are a bloody journalist, so he's the policeman.
Yes,
so
we understand English.
Yes, we do.
We should go and read it. We understand what is written there.
We have some intelligence.
We are bloody journalists.
I do not see anything different from what he wrote. From what former President Obasanjo wrote.
Well, like Amechi said, the IGP feels he's the one that knows when the public is being instigated for crisis, and he also knows when it is not important. Even when you feel it's important, he knows he's the one in charge. We trust him to have his ability. Yeah, we trust him to have the ability to interpret situations and then take appropriate action. When Afebwa appears before the police tomorrow, we'll see the charges that will be filed, and then we'll cover the trial. Yeah. And then we also quickly praise the IG for acting swiftly in this case, and that he should continue to act swiftly when the other incidents happen, because criminal trials don't have daybreak. That is, they don't expire. We have people who have committed similar offenses before. The IGP will be advised to quickly invite them,
and
let
those
them
who
come.
have killed and confessed to it, he should pick them up.
But the IGP should know that if he continues with this trial, people it will be buying sympathy for Afebwa.
All right, we have to go. We have to go now. Tomorrow, when we come back on the program in the next 24 hours, we'll have more for you, and we expect you to give us a note. Drop a note for us through politicalplatform@yahoo.com. My name is Okiri Agbonsuremi. Busted.